Okay, so as you saw, I was reading Lore Olympus. Now, here's the deal. Dorothy has to I have to spend money on gas at least 3 times before I have another paycheck. I also just paid for my rent, my water, my power, and my car insurance. So I might have just read it all in the Barnes & Noble. I am going to be purchasing it next week, after I do get paid, but I did just spend barely 45 minutes reading it because it was, it's a graphic novel. I can read that bitch real fast. So, whilst I am on my way to Target really quick to get some more Halloween candy for our jar at work, let's have a little discussion about Lore Olympus. So, overall, gonna be giving it 4 stars. I really enjoyed this volume. I think it has a lot of character building on it, which I really, really liked. I enjoy seeing more of who Persephone was prior to coming to Olympus. So, I really enjoyed that aspect of it. I also enjoyed seeing the development of Hades in this one. Honestly, I love this series just because I love how giddy it makes me. It's a slow burn, obviously, because they can't be together, blah 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 blah. There was a lot of development on the whole potentially telling about what happens in the first volume with Apollo, which I would love nothing more than the world to know what a scumbag Apollo is, which I think is coming very, very soon. And will be great. The ending of this volume really shocked me. I was not expecting it to go to this place. And so now that it has got to that place, I am intrigued to see how this plot line is going to play out. Because essentially, the rest of Olympus is finding out something that happened in Persephone's past that no one knew about. Well, some people seem to have known, and they were covering it up. So, overall, though, I really, really enjoyed it. Let's also, real quick while we're here, talk about how much I love the art style of this. The art style of this graphic novel series is half of the reason why I love it so much, because it's the colors, what Rachel Smythe is doing with those colors, and how every single god has a specific color associated with them, what they look like. When things are seemingly happening, that color like sprinkles in around them, even in lighter tones. It just is really, really beautiful. I absolutely adore the art style completely. And I even love how, like, when Persephone has, like, emotions and whatnot, her hair grows. And I'm like, that is so absolutely adorable. I also really like that Hades is making an adult decision about Smythe. I think that's how you pronounce her name. I don't know. It's Minthe, so I would assume it's Smythe. If I'm wrong, sorry. You're really not gonna pull forward? Okay, hold on. But either way, I really, really enjoyed this volume. I think I'm actually gonna go peek in the Target real quick to see if they do have any copies in stock, because if they do, it's 30% off books right now. So like I could probably get it for cheaper than what it is, and it's also probably on sale because that's the Target way. I just have so many feelings about it because it just, I don't want to spoil anything either for the people who haven't read all the way up to volume 5, especially because it came out literally today. I guess I didn't even say what Lore Olympus is about. I just kind of assumed. If you don't know what Lore Olympus is about, it is a Hades and Persephone retelling. Persephone is coming to Olympus for the first time after being in the mortal realm for most of her life. And she's going to the school of Olympus. I don't remember what it's called. It might be Olympus University or something. I don't know. After some event that no one really knows what happened. And she ends up meeting Hades after a little chance encounter. They immediately hit it off, but Hades has a girlfriend named Smythe. And Hades suddenly becomes conflicted with the fact that he's dating Smythe, but Persephone exists. And he's obsessed and like cannot stop thinking about her. So there are some events that happened in the first one that could be triggering for some people. The content warnings are directly right in front of the book. They're for sexual content, sexual assault, just to put it out there, that is a topic. Abuse, violence, intimidation. So if you think that is gonna hurt you, please don't read these. I've only seen the instance of the abuse in the first one, but Rachel Smythe puts a content warning for all of those factors in every single volume, just because it's a running theme essentially of having to deal with your abuser essentially. So if that's triggering, please don't read these. But the art style is great. The storyline so far is great. I'm really, really enjoying it. Let's go see if Target has it real quick. And if they do, then I'm gonna buy it because it's gonna be like $14 essentially instead of $21 at Barnes. But also I have more thoughts and I want to ruminate a little bit since I did just finish it about 10 minutes ago. So, but first, we're gonna pop into Target real fast. Okay. They haven't put their stock out yet, so it's just sitting in a box, and he didn't want to go through all the boxes, and I don't blame him because that's a lot to ask. I wouldn't want to go through boxes either as a store manager. So, no Lore Olympus, which is sad. But now we'll get Halloween candy, and then I'll pop back into the car for final thoughts. Ooh, but a mug though. We don't need that. No. I feel weird vlogging in public. I must go. Okay. As you saw, Target, we struck out. However, I have had some more thoughts. And the thoughts are spoilery thoughts. So for that, we are going to do this. If you have not read Lore Olympus Volume 5, please click off of this video for the rest of the video. I am going to be spoiling it. And if you haven't read it, I don't want to ruin it for you. So, please do so now. You got about 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That was your last warning. Okay. As I've been sitting with it, I think the hardest thing that I'm thinking about right now is how Persephone's mom covered up the big bringer of death moment in Persephone literally terrorizing an entire village and wiping them out. Like, I'm confused about how we have, you know, gotten to this point. I was just very confused about how, number one, Hades didn't notice the sudden influx of mortals coming to the underworld, and how only a few people knew and have kept it under wraps for so long. Like, it doesn't totally make sense to me, if I'm gonna be honest. It doesn't fully make sense up in this noggin here. Second, I find it to be a very interesting character moment for Persephone to have killed that many people and to have done it seemingly out of just being so frustrated with her mother and being controlled all the time, and, you know, like, just seemingly feels a little bit like, you know how a teenager can throw a temper tantrum? Except it appears that Persephone's temper tantrum was accidentally killing a bunch of people without realizing it. Which, you know, she is a goddess. She probably didn't know that she was capable of such things. Another thing I really enjoyed was seeing Hades understand that in order to get information from the pawn shop person, he needed to show compassion and to really emphasize his care for Persephone and why he was looking for her. I also found it really, really touching that she really did sell the comb out of a last resort. And then on top of that, the line that Persephone says about why she's in the underworld got me. Like, I was shooketh. She literally says it's the only place where the sun doesn't go, doesn't reach. And I was like, fair, because Apollo is a bitch. Guess what? Apollo, still a bitch. He literally asked Hera for her blessing to marry Persephone, and Hera says no, and then literally says, what part of no don't you understand? And it's like, oh, and then he goes behind Hera's back and asks Zeus. And it's like, what kind of fucked up mentality do you have where you suddenly think that Persephone would even want to marry you after what you did to her? You even took pictures of her whilst you did it. Like, you're a despicable human being. And I so very much so hope that the truth about Apollo comes out, because I am so ready for it. The way that he is like, yeah, no, we broke up. No, you assaulted her and she decided to get a backbone and tell you to fuck off. You didn't break up. You also were never together. And on top of that, you just keep showing up at her house uninvited and using the fact that you're Artemis's brother to literally harass her. Then you're gonna go ask permission to marry her after she tells you that she's gonna start telling people because she's done living like this. Like, I cannot. The audacity of one minuscule, ridiculous, stupid, despicable man. There are not enough words to describe how disgusting Apollo is. Oh, look, I found another one. I also really loved that we got to see Hades and Persephone kiss in this, and when they did kiss and she got so excited that she turned into butterflies and flew away, it was like, it was brilliant. It was brilliant. I also love that we introduced a little way of seeing memories, and I'm highly intrigued by that. I think that could become a very interesting plot point, especially with the whole Apollo of it all. I also think it would be interesting to see even the like bringer of death moment from Persephone's actual perspective instead of just the rumors that everyone's been hearing about it, and from Helios's account. I also, in the art, Rachel Smythe does this fun thing where anytime she shows the sun, she shows Helios's face in the background, and I just find that kind of hilarious. Also, I love the Minth breakup. I'm so glad that we're finally done. However, we're not, because Minth is part of the little cohort that wants to take Persephone down, and it is just truly ridiculous. Like, so such a dramatic move to make, and then like, y'all, you didn't even say that you loved him. You just want to keep the apartment and your job at this rate. Like, you don't actually care about Hades. You care about the things he's giving you. And I love where we're going, but at the same time, I'm like, I just don't like Minth. And I don't like what she's doing. And I don't like her meddling in anything. So, yeah. Still a 4-star. Because I do overall enjoy it. Overall, love me some Lore Olympus. Going to definitely need a 6th volume. Sad. I'm gonna have to look up when it comes out. Because last time after I read the 4th volume, I knew when the 5th was coming out again. So, we're gonna have to take a peek on that front. With that said, guys, I hope you liked this Lore Olympus release day reading vlog. I know there's not much to talk about because it's a graphic novel, but, you know, I thought this would be good to do again because I really enjoy this series, and I just wanted to have a little bit of a moment of, you know, enjoying a book with you all. So if you guys like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. Let me know in the comments down below your thoughts on the Lore Olympus series, if I've inspired you to read it at all based on just my thoughts from this one. If you guys like this content, make sure to subscribe. This week alone, we have a wildfire reading vlog coming at ya, and we also have a delightful weekly reading vlog next week. So stay tuned for all of that. gonna go update my reading journal now because now I've read a book. Ooh, I'm gonna need to print out the Lore Olympus cover probably because I haven't done that yet. Ooh, I'm gonna need to print the wildfire one too. Oh, I love updating my reading journal so much. Okay, with all that said, I love you guys. I can't wait to see you for the wildfire vlog. I'm sure you guys can tell based on my outfit and the fact that you know it's Tuesday, that this is during the week that things are not great for my family. So if you could just leave a little positivity down in the comments below, that would also be great. Okay, I'm done rambling. I love you guys, and I'll see you next time. Bye!